Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. In this video we are going to be doing another unboxing. That's right, this is box 2. If you remember back to my first unboxing, not my first ever unboxing, but the one we did a little while ago, I said I had 2 boxes from AMS. They arrived both in one day, so I don't know why AMS just didn't use a bigger box. But this is the second one, and it's quite a big box, so I don't know how many aircraft are going to be in here. In the last unboxing, we had 4 NG models. We had the JetBlue A321, the United 737-800 in the Star Alliance livery, the United 787-9 and the United 757 in the Herat here New York livery. And we also had the Gemini Jets A319 from United and the Gemini Jet Southwest Colorado 737-700. So we had a lot of aircraft, 6 in total in that unboxing, and we have more in this unboxing as well. I don't know how many are going to be in here, but without further ado, I guess we're just going to get started. So let's open this box. Okay, I can now confirm we have the Gemini Jets March releases. Now, I ordered these aircraft in March, and there was a 1-month wait. Of course, there were pre-orders, but it is well past a month. I ordered these models 6 months ago, and they are finally here. I don't know what the delay was, whether it was Gemini Jets or the aircraft model store, but we have the models here. To start out with, we have the Gemini Jets American Airlines A320. And along with that, we have the very, very highly anticipated Gemini Jets Lufthansa 747-8. I think we're going to save the 747-8 till the end, and we're going to get stuck in on the American A320 for now. First off, taking a look at the box, you can see this is the very basic Gemini Jets box. It's the classic box. We've got the art on the front with the American Airlines logo, A320. We've got the flap, of course, with the information on there. Around the back, we've got as real as it gets. This is the only thing that has changed in the years. This is now the box design is a lot more linear now. On the inside of the box, the information used to be a lot more messy. It's a lot more clean. It's a lot more, tidy, and the same goes with the outside of the box, especially here. This is a straight line. I think it used to be like a diagonal line or something. Then we had this image right there. But yeah, we have the American A320. I guess we're just going to go ahead and unbox this. Now this could be broken. I've seen a lot of reviews of this model. Of course, it's been 6 months and everybody else has had theirs. It's just me now, and I can take this out of the box. The box is actually damaged. I don't know if you can see that. I mean, it's a tiny thing, but this might cause the model to be damaged. But we have the plastic is actually bent outwards like that. That's how it should be, just bent in there like that. But that was a little bit weird. That might, of course, affect the quality of the model. Maybe that caused it to be broken, but we'll see if it actually is broken or not. This has come broken to a lot of people, and so let's hope it's not broken for me. Taking the model out of the box now. Everything seems fine. Yes, Gemini Jets. I appreciate that. Before we open the Lufthansa, I think I'm going to go into detail on this model. Now you can see this model has a very big color issue. It's very, very dark, and this is not what the aircraft looks like in real life. I do have a model very similar to this. If I zoom out a little bit and bring it into frame. We also have the American Airlines A321. I got this back in 2013, 2014, something like that. And this does have the same problem. The only difference between these is this was released in 2013 when the American new livery had just come out. This 2020, 7 years after the American new livery. So Gemini Jets don't really have an excuse for this. And we're going to try and look past that because, of course, that's been mentioned a lot. We're going to go into detail on the model now and have a look at what it's like. Starting off at the front here, of course, we've got the cockpit there with the L1 door and the little very tiny one-word logo. We got the forward landing gear, the American titles here with the antennas as well. None of them are broken. This is actually quite a surprise that this has come in one piece, because that's not the same story with a lot of other people's versions of this model. This has come broken in many occasions, but luckily I've managed to surpass that. We have the engines, of course. These are the IAE engines, so we don't have the CFM problem of them touching the ground too much. Then we've got the white Wi-Fi bubble up there, and then near the back of the aircraft we've got the American Airlines logo on the tail with the registration, which is November 651 Alpha Whiskey. Hopefully I got that right, it's quite small. We're just going to take a look at the underside of this aircraft real quick, and then we'll move on to the Lufthansa. Now on the underside you can see it's got that same dark problem with the Gemini Jets logo. The Gemini Jets logo has been reduced. It used to take up a lot more of the underside. I'll try and show you the A321. Now, the A321 is actually a very good example of this. It's still quite small. It's a lot more central though. It is a little bit smaller on the A320, but I know a lot of their older molds of the 777, the Gemini Jets logo was huge. Then we have the stand holes and the landing gear, which really isn't that bad. So yeah, apart from the color, this is actually a okay model. It's a lot better than the previous versions we've had from Gemini Jets, and so this is kind of a step in the right direction, I guess. Just need to work on that color, but that seems to be a one-off kind of thing, I believe. I don't know if Gemini Jets has released any American aircraft after this, but the other aircraft that Gemini Jets have released, they're not this bad. And now moving on to the main attraction, we have the Lufthansa 747-8. I'm very, very excited about this model. I actually flew the Lufthansa 747-8 last year from Washington Dulles to Frankfurt, and you can see the Gemini Jets box. Gemini Jets are doing this with all their Lufthansa planes. It's in this kind of like grey design. You can see we've got this silver with the art. It's the same kind of design, it's just with this grey background instead of the blue. Then on the back, as we said, it's exactly the same. We've got the same kind of design. It's exactly the same format, it's just different colours. And I guess that's an attempt to make it more collectible. Of course, I'm just getting the Lufthansas that I actually need, and this is the second to last. I have the A330-300, the A340-600, the 747-400, now this, and I have just ordered the Lufthansa A350-900, which will be the final Lufthansa aircraft I need. And so going into the box now, this isn't actually my first Gemini Jets 747-8. I had the British Airways World Cargo 747-8 a while back, so I know what the mold should be like. It's whether the mold has changed at all. But taking it out of the box now, we have the model. It's a huge model, but that would be because the 747-8 is a huge aircraft. But taking it out now, we've got the plastic, of course, and I can... Oh, it's quite slippery. Let me try and get it out by the tail. Yeah, a thing I've noticed about Gemini Jets boxes now is they have like supporter pieces in the box to kind of support the model. It makes it quite hard to take the model out, and we kind of have like a glossy feel on it. It feels slippery. I've noticed that on a lot of the NG models, but now we've kind of got it on the Gemini Jets. It feels like almost greasy in a way. Alright, and here we have the actual plane. I'll get my pointer real quick and then we can go through the model. I should probably do this the other way around because of course the loading doors are on this side. Of course this is Lufthansa's new livery. They actually spent a very long time deciding the shade of blue they should use. I believe they released this in a lighter blue, I think it was, and then they decided to go darker, or it might be the other way around, I can't really remember. But yeah, I remember they actually painted one of their aircraft in the other livery that they were going to use. Then they painted all of their other aircraft into other liveries. But starting off the front here, you can see we've got the cockpit up there on the upper deck. Of course, I've flown on the upper deck of a 747-400, but I believe the upper deck is actually extended on the Dash 8, which is pretty cool. And we've got the emergency escape up there with the other windows, and we've got two windows here. I'm not sure. I know there's the galley at the back. I'm just remembering from my 400 experience. The galley's at the back. I mean, it might be a different design, of course, on the 747-8. I'm not sure. The galley's probably still at the back, but I wonder whether that's the toilet or the galley. I know some aircraft have windows for the toilet, but there we go. Moving down, we've got the front of the aircraft now. Of course, this is where the first class is located, and then at the top there we've got the Star Alliance logo and the Lufthansa logo. Very similar in the circle design. Then we've got the L1 door, the L2 door, and you notice those little yellow squares. I believe they do just say, Lufthansa and all of that, because the color wheel for Lufthansa's new livery does have a slither of yellow still in it. It's not as much as that old livery, but of course it does still have a slither of yellow. But then moving back, we have the engines. Now the wings, for me, they seem a little bit steep. They're not drastically steep like their A330 counterpart, part that the Gemini Jets mold on the A330, the wings are stupidly steep, but here we have the Dash 8 wings. They're reasonable, I guess. This would be more like an in-flight kind of configuration for the wings, but here we have the wings a little bit steep, but not too bad, I don't think. And then we have you can see where the inspiration for the 777X has come from. The wings do look a lot like the 777X and the 787 as well. It's quite cool to see, you know, they've taken the designs from different aircraft, and it's quite cool to see. But yeah, there's not really much to mention about the Lufthansa livery. It's very Euro white. That's the main feature. The Lufthansa livery is probably the most Euro white livery. It's basically black and white. I know this is technically a very dark shade of blue, but it's pretty much black and white. I mean, if you just look at this middle part, you would literally just think it's just a white aircraft. You wouldn't think anything else of it. But then moving to the back of the aircraft, we have the registration, which is of course Delta Alpha Bravo Yankee Charlie, with the German flag and the EU flag as well. Then at the back we've got, of course, the main bulk of colour on this aircraft, which isn't very vibrant at all, but we have the Lufthansa tail, of course, still with the main Lufthansa logo. That hasn't changed. It's just you know, in different colors and stuff. But yeah, that does conclude my kind of like review of these aircraft. I do want to bring in real quick, I do want to bring in my other Lufthansa aircraft. Of course, we're one short, we just need the A350, but this is all of my Lufthansa aircraft. Of course, we've got the 747-400, 747-8. It's quite cool to compare them, the size and everything. It is obvious that the Dash 8 is a lot bigger. It's just, you can see the nose and the wings, of course, are a lot wider, and the engines are huge as well. And then back here we've got, let me bring them up to the front, we've got the A330, which is my least favorite mold. The wings are way too steep, and then back here we have the A340-600, which is probably one of my favorites. Maybe the 747-400 beats it, but there we go. We have all of the Lufthansas with us now. We just need the A350-900, and that should come relatively soon. But yeah, that does conclude my review of these two aircraft. They're very nice aircraft. I do somewhat approve of them both. The American A320 really needs a drastic color change, but you know, at the end of the day, at least the mold is okay, which is a step in the right direction. Gemini Jets, we just got to work on that color. But apart from that, this model I absolutely love. Again, the only imperfection is the wings. They seem a little bit too bent, but there we go. I want to thank you very much for watching this video. Again, I will have another unboxing coming pretty soon, but before then we have an update, a very special airport update that will be coming out on Friday. But apart from that, I want to thank you very much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.